A simple mistake could put the very hummingbirds we cherish in imminent danger. This isn't just a possibility, it's happening right now. Stay with me, because what you learn here could change everything about how we protect these tiny wonders. Many believe emotional intelligence is the key to conservation, which sounds good, but misusing this idea could escalate the risks for hummingbirds. This hidden danger lurks beneath our well-meaning efforts, and we can't afford to ignore the warning signs. Consider this: a wildlife enthusiast sets up beautiful feeders, convinced they're helping. However, in doing so, they may attract more birds than the local habitat can sustain, leading to overcrowding, competition, and stress for these delicate creatures. Good intentions can lead to harmful consequences. Now, let's examine another overlooked issue. A community rallies to protect a local hummingbird population, driven by passion. Yet, they might not realize how their emotional responses could skew their decisions. Strong feelings can lead to misguided actions that disrupt the very ecosystems they aim to save. Recently, volunteers planted exotic flowers to attract more hummingbirds. Sounds lovely, right? But those non-native plants disrupted local flora and harmed other wildlife. The emotional desire to do good led to a misguided strategy. The tension escalates when we recognize how often we repeat these mistakes. We rush in with good intentions, armed with information but lacking the thoughtful approach these fragile ecosystems require. What if our cherished methods become a double-edged sword? This is a critical call for awareness. We must step back and ask ourselves if our emotional drive truly aligns with the needs of the hummingbirds. Are we genuinely listening to the environment, or are we imposing our desires onto it? So, what can we do? It starts with education and collaboration. Engaging with ecologists and local experts can provide insights that emotional impulses alone can't offer. It's about finding that balance, ensuring our love for these birds doesn't cloud our judgment. As we wrap up, reflect on this: the next time you feel that surge of passion for hummingbird conservation, pause and think. Are you truly helping, or could you be causing harm? It's a delicate line we walk, and being mindful of it might just save their future. If this resonates with you, consider sharing this message. Together, we can make a real difference, one informed decision at a time. Have you ever watched a hummingbird hovering just inches from a flower, its wings a blur, and wondered about the hidden struggles behind that beauty? These delicate creatures experience stress signals that often go unnoticed, and recognizing them can truly make a difference. Imagine standing in your garden, excited to attract these tiny wonders. You might think you are doing everything right, but what if your good intentions are actually causing problems? Emotional intelligence in conservation isn't just about understanding these birds, it's also about recognizing how our actions can pose risks. Picture this: you carefully set up a feeder, filling it with what you believe is the perfect nectar. It seems harmless, right? However, feeding them artificially can create dependency, leading to stress when they can't find natural food sources. Imagine a hummingbird hovering, frantic and searching for what it once relied on. But that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. Name. Think about your own routines. Are you unintentionally disrupting their natural behaviors? When we misapply emotional intelligence by projecting our feelings onto these birds, we risk misunderstanding their true needs. Sometimes they just want some space. Now, let's take this a step further. What if I told you that one small misstep in your approach could harm not just the hummingbirds but also disrupt entire ecosystems? The consequences extend far beyond these tiny creatures. If they can't thrive, what happens to the plants they pollinate? It can feel overwhelming, but here's the key: awareness is the first step. By simply observing how hummingbirds interact with their environment, you can adopt better practices. It's not just about feeding, it's about creating an ecosystem where they can thrive without our interference. As you reflect on this, consider the impact of your actions. By tuning into their signals and understanding their true needs, you can help foster a healthier environment. The next time you see a hummingbird, remember it's not just a fleeting moment of beauty. It's a delicate balance, and you play a role in it. So, what will you do with this newfound awareness? Will you continue to feed them, or will you take a step back and let nature take its course? The choice is yours, and it could make all the difference. What if I told you that your good intentions to help hummingbirds might actually be doing more harm than good? It sounds surprising, right? But let's dive deeper, because there's an important truth here that many overlook. Imagine yourself in your garden, surrounded by the cheerful buzz of these tiny, beautiful birds. You feel joyful and purposeful, convinced you're helping them thrive. But have you considered that those nectar feeders you fill might be influencing their natural behaviors in unexpected ways? Emotional intelligence is often viewed as the key to connecting with nature, helping us understand and empathize with the delicate balance of ecosystems. However, when we apply that intelligence incorrectly, we might unintentionally disrupt what we're trying to protect. This paradox often goes unnoticed. Think about when you see a hummingbird, your heart swells with warmth, and you want to nurture it by creating a welcoming space. But have you ever thought about how your well-meaning actions might not align with the bird's natural instincts? That's the hidden danger in your backyard. Consider a suburban neighborhood where homeowners compete to create the most colorful gardens. They fill their yards with exotic flowers, believing they're crafting a paradise, believing they're for hummingbirds. Yet, these non-native plants might not provide the right nutrients or even attract the species they hope to draw in. Isn't that ironic? Now, let's take this a step further. Imagine a community coming together to save an endangered species of hummingbird. They set up feeding stations, thinking they are doing something heroic. But without understanding the birds' migratory patterns or feeding habits, those efforts could lead to dependency, making the birds less resilient. Can you see the potential consequences? Here's where it gets tricky. Our emotional responses can cloud our judgment. We might feel compelled to intervene without fully grasping the ecological impact. This emotional misalignment can create a cycle of dependency that harms the very creatures we want to help. So, what's the answer? It starts with awareness. Connect with experts and truly listen to the needs of these remarkable birds. Connect with local conservation groups that understand the complexities of hummingbird behavior and learn about native plants that genuinely support these birds. Equip yourself with knowledge instead of letting emotions guide your actions. As we wrap this up, take a moment to reflect. The next time you feel the urge to help nature, ask yourself if you truly understand the needs of the creatures you wish to protect. Sometimes, the best way to show love is to step back and let nature take its course. If you found this thought-provoking, stay tuned. There's